fun. We are the ones.
Super chocolatey.
Sun-kissed fun fruits.
I want Fruit Loops. Give me pizza.
What you want is what you get.
I want to eat it. I want it. I want it.
Oh, really colorful fruit roll-up.
Mom, please buy this. I'll pay you back, please.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
I'm gonna be like Mike. I'll drink anything if I could be like Michael Jordan. I know I shouldn't eat it, but I really, really want it. Please, 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 please buy me that. Please.
Hi, I'm Jim Fife, and this is a show about food commercials and how they can persuade you to eat, drink, and buy the things you do. Now, when you go shopping or say to your mom or dad, "Feed me, I'm hungry, buy me that," you may not be getting exactly what you think you are. Food commercials can make anything look delicious or sound really healthy, and they can also make you think that their product is the best, that you have to have only that one brand, like Coke or Pepsi. Pepsi or Coke. Which brand are you loyal to?
Pepsi. I drink it. So should you.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
Coke and Pepsi are America's favorite and most advertised colas. But can anyone really tell the difference between them? Well, we wanted to find out. So we invited some devoted Coke and Pepsi drinkers to a challenge. The Cola Challenge. In the red shirts, these Coke fans love to guzzle that bubbling brown beverage, Coca-Cola. And in the blue, these Pepsi lovers are devoted to their drink, the one that says, "You gotta have it."
1, 2, 3, Pepsi!
Pepsi Cola! These cola lovers claim they'll be able to pick out their favorite brand just by taste alone, without seeing the label.
I could definitely pick out the Coke because Pepsi, when you drink it, it has like a little tingling feeling in your throat and you can't drink that much at a time. And with Coke, I can just gulp it all down at once and I know that's Coke. I like Pepsi because it tastes sweeter and it's sweeter than Coke, so you can totally tell the difference.
Can these kids really tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi? Could you? There's only one way to find out. A taste test. We poured Coke and Pepsi and a third brand, RC, to make it even tougher, into cups labeled X, Y, and Z. Our tasters will sip each of the 3 mystery colas and try to pick their favorite brand based on taste alone. The brand names are carefully covered. The stage is set. Now let's watch as the tasting begins. We cleared the area so each of our cola tasters could fully concentrate on the challenge at hand. What Sean's doing between sips is cleansing his taste buds with water. While he makes his decision, let's take a look at the prediction he made just a few moments ago.
Well, I think it's going to be a breeze because I drink Coke so much that, and I like it so much that, you know, it's just going to be so simple. I think this one's the Coke. Oh my gosh. I don't know, they all taste the same.
Now let's see how some of our other tasters fared.
I have to do it one more time. Not quite yet. This one is Pepsi. Oh, great. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah! All right, yes!
The final result?
So stupid.
Half of the Pepsi lovers we tested guessed wrong. And what about the Coca-Cola fans we tested? 3 out of 4 of them chose a different brand.
Oh, no.
How did our tasters feel about the results?
I think I should be less picky about what I drink.
Since they all taste alike, I mean, you would have to, have totally perfect taste buds in order to taste the difference.
I just think they taste the same now, and I don't care.
So when you're loyal to a brand and you think only that brand is best, think again. It turns out that when we covered up the labels, most of the kids we tested couldn't tell these colas apart. And we tested 72 kids.
Food for thought!
Can you guess what makes a can of cola so sweet? Just how much sweet stuff is in it? As much as 3 teaspoons of sugar? 5 teaspoons? Or 10 teaspoons of sugar? The answer? A can of cola contains the equivalent of 10 teaspoons of sugar. That's the same as eating 38 jelly beans. And that's a lot of sugar with no real nutritional value.
We just eat what we like.
Think tastes good.
Yeah. If it doesn't taste good, we don't eat it. If it tastes good, we eat it. Celery, carrots, healthy cereals. Maybe a bag of Doritos.
Anything that my parents will make that's not fish I'll like, because I don't like fish.
Sometimes she makes spinach, and I hate that. Blech. And zucchini.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
This just in. 2 well-known products have allegedly been passing themselves off as wholesome fruit snacks. Today, a SWAT team of nutrition detectives swooped down on a local supermarket and picked up the 2 culprits, Gushers and Fruit Roll-Ups, who were attempting to impersonate real fruit. These fruit wannabes are known all over town from their brazen commercials.
Gushers.
You can bite through the chewy fruit snack outside and wet your mouth with a gushing rush of fruity juice from the inside.
Notice how they talk about fruity juice in this commercial for Gushers.
New Gushers, a gushing rush of fruit juicy fun.
You might get the idea that eating Gushers is as good for you as eating fruit. But it isn't, because a high-level investigation has revealed that Gushers have about as much protein, vitamins, and other healthy stuff as a roll of Lifesavers. And just what's going on here in this commercial for Fruit Roll-Ups?
I take fruity colors that are really bright and make them rumba left and right and turn them into really colorful fruit roll-ups like you've never seen.
Orange, yellow, and green! What?
Did you notice those dancing oranges, lemons, pears, and bananas? Makes you think there's a lot of fruit in Fruit Roll-Ups, doesn't it? And the box says, new berry banana flavor. But we couldn't find berries or bananas in the ingredients listed on the label. We also checked out strawberry fruit roll-ups. And according to our sources, a strawberry fruit roll-up has the nutritional value of 1/7 of a real strawberry. Ever tried dividing a strawberry into 7 pieces? Detective Seymour Brand is standing by on the scene with more on this story. What happened, Detective?
Jim, a package of fruit roll-ups was found in the fresh fruit section where it did not belong, blatantly bonding with the berries. Completely independently of that, a single package of Gushers was apprehended, arrested in the refrigerator area where he was, quote unquote, chilling with the juices. Both claimed that they were suffering from an acute identity crisis.
In other words, they actually believed their own advertising.
That is correct.
Thank you, Detective. According to nutritional authorities, eating Gushers, fruit roll-ups, or other so-called fruit snacks is like eating candy. Buyers are advised to be aware of the true character of these products before taking them home. Don't confuse them with real fruit. Now, back to our program.
Food for thought!
If you went to the store to buy real juice, pure juice, and nothing but juice, Which of these should you pick? They all look like juice, but are they? This orange drink has juicy oranges on the package, but look again. It says 10% orange juice, so an orange drink like this one is not the one to choose. And what about this one with the luscious orange on its box? It's called a juice beverage, and it's also made with only 10% orange juice. So if you're looking for all juice, don't tangle with this one. Here comes an orange punch that looks like it has all kinds of fruit inside, but fruit juice is only 15% of what's in it. So knock out this punch. But this one looks like a winner. It says 100% orange juice, and it is. So don't be confused by all the juicy pictures. If it doesn't say 100% juice, it's not all juice. Sweepstakes. What are your chances?
Imagine winning $1 million from Cookie Crisp.
No way!
You can check out the High C Instant Win Contest.
Match $3 signs and every card can win instantly.
Who wouldn't want to enter a sweepstakes and win stacks and stacks of money? All you have to do is open a cereal box or buy a drink or some donuts, and you could win an incredible prize, right?
Well, not exactly. Take a good look at this commercial.
One lucky person will win $1 million in 30 annual payments. Your chances out there now. Look for specially marked packages of Cookie Crisp. You could be a millionaire.
A millionaire! Well, let's just say you entered this contest. What are your chances of landing all that loot? Well, the bad news is there's only one prize-winning coupon in 2 million boxes of Cookie Crisp. Everyone else gets one of these. But did they tell you that in the commercial? Well, they sure don't brag about it. Watch again. Can you read the tiny print under the $1 million sign? I can barely see it. It said odds of winning 1 in 2 million. Well, what does that mean? I mean, how much of a chance do you really have to win that money? Well, we figured out your chances. And guess what? There's a better chance that your teacher will be struck by lightning before final exams. And this may surprise you. It's more likely that a meteorite will fall in your neighborhood. And catch this, you're much more likely to get bonked by a ball at a major league game than to find yourself rolling in all that money. So before you get your hopes up about winning the big prize, know what you're getting into. The odds are 1,999,999 to 1 that you'll wind up disappointed.
Some drinks and some foods are called junk drink and junk food.
Because it doesn't have healthy stuff. It has only stuff that doesn't make it good for you, and sometimes it rots your teeth.
Your body should have a little sugar, my mom told me once, but not 1,000 gallons or something from all the junk food.
If you eat a lot of junk, you'll be fat. If you eat healthy foods, you'll be skinny.
Kids shouldn't diet because they eat too much candy, and there's no reason because candy is good for them.
You're right, Samantha. I have 6 cavities in my permanent teeth. I'm going nuts.
The secret snack. The secret snack.
Can you guess what it is?
Welcome to my humble laboratory. Come on in. Come on in. I'm cooking up a most ingenious concoction. Let's see. I'll add some sodium acid pyrophosphate to make it rise. Sodium caseinate for just the right consistency. Ooh, sodium sterolactylate. Now, am I making rocket fuel? The white hot core of a nuclear reactor? Anti-foot fungus medicine? Not on your life. I'm making a secret snack just for you. I'll give you a hint. It's yellow and gooey and usually travels in pairs. Now, I'll just add a heap of corn syrup here. Any guesses yet, kiddies? I'm putting in plenty of sugar, cottonseed oil. Can't forget the beef fat. Yum, yum. Ooh, and over here, some monocalcium phosphate to make my mixture just a bit lighter. Let's see, cellulose gum to keep it from dripping all over your shirt whenever you take a bite. Forget about it. And a pinch of sorbic acid so it won't turn green if it sits on the shelf for a couple of weeks. You know, I'm so crazy! And I can't forget the usual egg, skim milk, yeah, modified food starch, baking soda, enriched flour, salt, whey, lecithin, and those clever little artificial colors, yellow dye number 5 and red dye number 40. And of course, some mono and diglycerides for just the right spongy, soft texture. Now, am I making toad truffles, liver loaf, kibbles and grits? No way! And now, for the final touch, my precious polysorbate 60. Oh, no. Don't be alarmed. Look. It's finished. It's a miracle of modern food technology. A wonder of modern food science. It's a Twinkie! Surprised? Don't be. Listen, kids. You know why all these processed ingredients are in a Twinkie and lots of other snack cakes? They're in there to make them fluffy and creamy and fresh looking so that you'll buy them! But what you really gotta watch out for is all the fat and sugar in these. But enough about that. Can I interest you in my new recipe? Fresh spider souffle. Lots of fiber. You're gonna love it! Whoa.
Sometimes I get totally hungry if I'm watching commercials for foods. Chocolate. And then chocolate for me. If I see I forget what kind of chocolate bars they're dipping in like this creamy chocolate. Yeah, it makes me want to go to the store and buy like 10 of bars. I know. And sometimes I feel like I need it right at that instant. It looks so good that my stomach's saying, let me have some.
I see pasta commercials a lot, and I just want it. I just really do want it. So I just really want to eat it, but I know I can't because I don't know how to cook it. So I just close my eyes so I don't see it anymore.
You think you absolutely need it. Otherwise, you're gonna die. That's what you think when you see a commercial like that.
Candy for breakfast?
A is for apple.
Did you ever notice how cereal commercials always say the cereal is part of a complete breakfast?
An apple is sweet part of a complete breakfast.
Part of this nutritious breakfast.
Part of this complete breakfast.
The delicious part of a complete breakfast.
Part of a complete breakfast! What does that really mean? You might think you need a cereal like Golden Crisp to have a nutritious breakfast. But do you? Well, the truth is you don't need this sugary cereal. The juice, milk, and toast would give you a nutritious breakfast without the bowl of cereal. And another thing the commercial doesn't tell you, this box of Golden Crisp has the equivalent of would you believe 67 teaspoons of sugar? Yeah. Now on the box they call it corn syrup, honey, and sugar, but don't be fooled. Those are just different ways of saying sugar. And what about these other cereals? Apple Jacks, Smacks, Fruit Loops, Marshmallow Alphabets, Cocoa Pebbles. Well, every time you have one of these cereals for breakfast, about half of what you're eating is sugar. If you fill up on these, you don't have any room left over for things that are really good for your body. With all the sugar in these aren't really breakfast cereals. They're breakfast candies. Lights, action, burger!
Have you ever wondered why the burgers in commercials always look so good? We visited a studio where food stylist Jennifer Eustock showed us some of the tricks that can be used in different TV commercials, like how to make even the most ordinary burger look like a hunk.
I'm a makeup artist for food, and my job is to make food look absolutely mouth-watering when you see it close up on a television commercial. Have you ever seen a burger that looks better than anything you've ever seen before? Well, this is how we do it. Now, even though the burger's only on the screen for a few seconds, he's got to look so big and juicy that he'll be the star of the commercial. So we only cook him for 20 seconds on either side, and that way he doesn't shrink. Basically, he's still raw. Next, I want to give our star some identity, some definition, like he came off the grill in your backyard. So I brand him with my skewer. Now for the buns. After I've gone through dozens and dozens of buns, I find one with the perfect shape. Then I carefully glue on sesame seeds to give it the perfect finished look. We don't want our perfect bun to get soggy, so I take a piece of cardboard, put it on the bottom, it soaks up the grease from the burger and acts as a platform for our star to sit on. It looks a little scrawny, so I'm going to perform some minor surgery. I'm going to make 2 cuts, take out a V of the beef. We're going to spread it out on the bun so he fits, and you'll never see it because we're shooting our star from the front. Next, we're going to paint our star with food dye to give him that rich, beautiful color that looks good on television. And now for the burger's wardrobe. I go through dozens and dozens of heads of lettuce, keep them in ice water to give them that extra crispy look. And then I pin them on the burger using straight pins and toothpicks. Our burger's going to need plenty of color and height to make a good impression. And that comes from being well dressed. Doesn't he look awesome? He looks much taller than most fast food burgers you can buy. And now for his supporting cast. I pick out the tallest, most golden fries from trays and trays of fries that we cook just a little. And then I make an arrangement by putting them in styrofoam with toothpicks. And this way I can get them in any shape that I want. And that way my finished arrangement always looks nice and full. And now for our shake. Ice cream and milk would melt under the hot lights, so instead I use shortening and powdered sugar to make it thick and red Jell-O to give it that strawberry color. And then I blend, and voila! Looks like a frosty, thick shake every time. Now our food is all ready for our close-up. But what if I wanted our burger and fries to look steaming hot? Easy. In this dish are chemical chips, made especially for television. I just add a few drops of water, and I can make the perfect puff of fake steam. And now our meal is ready for the camera. Okay, cue the steam. Doesn't it look good enough to eat?
You are what you eat. Yeah, that's true because what you eat is alive. The things that were alive, and then they become like a part of you. They make you grow.
An apple a day is stupid because it's not candy.
It's true, unless it's one of those apple candies.
Oh yeah,
with all
candy
the syrup.
apple. Yeah, that's good. That's better. That's better.
You do need to eat healthy food, but sometimes you gotta get down and eat anything you want.
The score on sports drinks. Power, grace, speed, agility. Athletes are our heroes. But these days, they're also our salespeople. And when they tell us to buy something, it's pretty hard to resist. Like sports drinks. Can Snap Up give you a power serve like Yvonne Lendl?
Look at that burst of energy.
Will Gatorade help you slam dunk like Michael Jordan? The commercials make you think so.
You can kind of be like them when you drink Gatorade.
It feels like it re-energizes you. Mark Rippon drinks Gatorade, Gary Clark drinks Gatorade, and Scottie Pippen drinks Gatorade, Michael Jordan drinks Gatorade. When I drank Gatorade one time, I got 5 baskets in a row.
Was that really because of Gatorade? Are the commercials true? Let's find out what's really in sports drinks like Gatorade.
Gatorade is made up of water, sugar, and minerals like potassium and salt. Sports drinks call the salts electrolytes, but that's just a fancy way of saying salt, and you don't need a special drink to get it. Most of us have enough salt in our bodies from the foods we eat every day. Then there's potassium, a mineral that helps your muscles work. But you only need a little potassium, even if you play really hard for 2 solid hours. And you can easily get it from regular food. Just 1 glass of orange juice or 1 banana has about as much potassium as 18 glasses of Gatorade. Next, there's sugar. You can find that in lots of other drinks too.
But what's the main ingredient in Gatorade? It's water. Your body does need plenty of water when you exercise. But drinking plain water is a great way to quench your thirst. And best of all, it's free. Sports drinks are just high-priced sugar water with a fancy name. Now, the commercials make it seem like you need them to play your best. But the truth is, none of these sports drinks is going to give you an edge. Commercials. They've got lots of ways to try and get you to buy their product. But as long as you remember a few key points, they won't be able to fool you. Here's some food for thought.
Tip number 1. Commercials persuade you to be loyal to their brand when you may not be able to tell the difference. So don't swallow their hype. Tip number 2. Snack cakes like Twinkies may taste good, but when you check out the label, you might be surprised at what they're made of. Tip number 3. Watch out for sugary cereals. You don't need them to have a complete breakfast. Tip number 4. Don't believe everything you see. Foods that look great on TV may not look that way when you buy them. Tip number 5. Entering sweepstakes may be fun, but know how slim your chances of winning really are. And tip number 6. Just because there's a lot of fruit in the commercials or on the package doesn't mean you'll find lots of fruit inside.
So, remember, commercials can try to dazzle you with delicious pictures and cool stars, but you've got the power to choose. Don't be fooled into buying things you don't really need, things that promise more than they deliver or pretend to be healthier than they really are. One thing's for sure, products don't give you power. Practice does. And I intend to practice. I think I need more practice.